different nachos.
Hello, you're listening and or watching the Nerd Edification Hour. I'm Caleb.
I'm Rachel.
And I'm Jeremy.
And it's been a long time. Well, a little bit, not too long. But Rachel's back.
Yay!
Hey! We finally worked out a
here.
schedule.
Yeah. Oh, come on. You guys missed me. Don't lie.
Yes, I miss hearing about Final Fantasy 15 every week.
Hey.
I can't say anything on that.
Hey.
I pre-ordered it too. So.
Yeah, exactly. You know, they actually were able to make an additional 10,000.
I just quit paying attention. I was like, well, I've already
Yeah.
put the money down, so I'm just going to not pay attention.
Hey,
till it
we
comes
don't
out
have to
now.
worry about it till September, so there you go.
Yeah, I still got to get a job and pay for it.
I have faith in you.
So, Rachel, what's going on this week?
Oh, God. There's a lot of stuff going on this week.
Yes, there is.
There's a whole lot of stuff going down. So CBS is currently looking for a new network for Limitless.
Has anyone watched that?
I love that show.
Oh.
It's actually a really good continuation of the movies, including bringing in the actual actors from the movie to continue it.
Which is impressive for a TV show, because a lot of times that it gets really difficult to actually bring in the people from movies.
Yeah.
That's because the people in the movies are like, well, no, I don't want to get paid less.
Well, that's not always it.
Well, it's like, we saw it like with like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and stuff like
Yeah.
that, but that's the Disney money, so...
A lot of it has to do with licensure and whether or not it's in the same continuity, and also timing and what those actors are doing.
Or what their contracts were.
Exactly.
It's new contracts. They can renegotiate for more. Yeah, it gets messy.
It's really messy. So right now they're in discussions with potential buyers, and Geller, it goes on to say that they'd rather not really comment on it other than that. So could it be moving to another network?
They could figure it out with one of the films.
We don't know. It's a mystery. So, but here's my thing, though. I'm excited about this, but at the same time, I'm like, they've already decided this before Suicide Squad's even out.
Well,
And,
they're desperate to catch up to
Yeah.
Marvel,
Obvious,
which
yeah.
it's not going well.
And with
No,
the
it's
hype
not.
surrounding this specific character that we're talking about, I mean...
So-
it's
Well,
kind of
there has been
inevitable.
one change announced after this that I forgot to put on here, which I'll mention after you talk.
Okay.
It doesn't affect this one directly, but just the whole
But,
DC universe.
These are two pretty big DC things coming up. Right now, they're looking at doing a Harley Quinn movie that is in the works. It's going to star Margot Robbie, of course, because let's face it. Even though I haven't seen her portrayal yet of Harley Quinn in Suicide Squad, she definitely looks the part.
Well, even just the trailers and how she acts is perfect.
Oh, I mean her
what
facial
was that?
structure.
Kill them all?
Yeah.
Oh no, just
Yeah. But her facial structure is really, really close to.
it's one of those that can be changed around. I mean,
Yeah.
which is nice. So
Yeah, but she's very close to what the existing, comic book variety looks like, with the
Yeah.
exception of the one with the black and the red on either side. But
actually, that came from one of the ones from earlier costumes too. I mean,
well, yeah,
a lot of that from
No,
the design
no.
still kind of sticks to it.
Well,
'cause-
no. I'm talking about I'm talking about just in general who she resembles. A lot of the incarnations of Harley are blonde, and that one is not.
Well, it's
So,
yeah. I mean, they kind
yeah.
of go back to that. They've gone back and forth on it a little bit, but that's kind of a throwback to her original costume from the animated series because the little hat she was wearing was black and red. It was supposed to be the different colors as the way her suit was.
But what's interesting about the Harley Quinn movie is it's not a solo film. It's going to be focusing on the several of DC's various female heroes and villains, which Batgirl and stuff like that. So we might see Poison Ivy and all that, and so I'm pretty
It's a
excited.
very
I'm pretty-
estrogen-filled movie.
Good.
I'm fine with that.
I'm
but
I mean,
as long as
fine
they do
with
it
that.
right.
I'm not complaining, but... I'm just-
I am fine with that.
Saying this.
We need more movies like that. Just saying.
There's
Oh,
not
you mean
much.
like the female Ghostbusters?
Well, not in that particular flavor, but
I don't mind. All right, I don't care that one's all women. My issue is just they're just like kind of using the name to get attention for a lot of the stuff. They had the Angry Video Game Nerd. He put a video out actually explaining why he refuses to review it
yeah.
and kind of explained his reasonings. But anyways, before we get sidetracked,
Yeah.
what I didn't get a chance to add on here, DC's trying to make up for the mistakes of what happened with Batman versus Superman and stuff like that.
Already.
Because they're not happy with it either. Because, Batman's not supposed to be killing us like that.
Yeah.
Superman's not supposed to be this depressed, run around, guy and so forth. They got Wonder Woman, right? That looked good.
well, that was
she was just beating
like
everybody up.
spot on.
But they got Jeff Johns. They've actually put Jeff Johns and John Berg they're the overseers. They're the harbingers of the entire DC cinematic.
They're the gatekeepers.
They get to decide what goes on.
Oh, poor Zack
These are
Snyder.
These are the guys that did Justice League, Justice League Unlimited, Batman animated series. Yeah. They were the ones that did the golden age of DC animated. Yay!
Well, Zack Snyder's going to be in for a real time. Let me tell you.
I'd rather honestly him just kind of be out. It's like great. He made Watchmen. I loved it. It was dark and violent. Mm-hmm. Not all of DC is the Watchmen.
No,
it
definitely
go.
not. But here's another cool thing, and I'm glad that this is happening.
Yeah, I added this one in
I'm
here,
very
too.
glad. Supergirl is moving from Monday on CBS to Monday on CW starting next season.
There's
What's
a
good?
lot of switching
well, here's the
networks
thing.
here.
All of the existing DC stuff is pretty much on CW already. But what allows for this, makes this really good, is it makes it really, really much easier to have crossovers with stuff.
Well, see,
like
they're probably
Arrow.
not going to be doing a lot of that though, because they've already determined they're different universes.
Well, hold on.
So they're talking about not doing that.
Hold on, Jeremy. Wait 1 second.
But in the future, it could.
What does this say?
There's going to be a potential Flash, Arrow, Supergirl, Legends of Tomorrow mega crossover coming.
Bam!
So
they might do the one that have her transfer, but it's not going to be as often. I mean, because they're going to have to literally jump worlds to do it.
But
yeah, IGN posted something only.
But in any case, that's what would allow for that sort of thing when they're on the same network. It gets harder when you're jumping across networks. It really does.
Yeah, I wish they would do this for Constantine.
Oh, that would have been nice.
Back?
I want Constantine back too.
Because they got to the point in Arrow they can only mention him.
This is talking actually about the Supergirl moving to the CW.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually for its second season.
Yeah.
So it's saying it's possible that they could.
Yeah, but what's the biggest change though is it's going to be a lower budget.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to keep up the CBS money. They're having to do the CW money, which is still good.
Which
look
is
at the Flash.
It's still good money. I mean, look at Supernatural, and that's been going on for pushing 11 seasons now.
We're probably not going to get as much Martian Manhunter, sadly. He's just going to stay looking like the normal guy, John Jones, not Martian. Or it's going to be.
We'll see.
Maybe
we shall see.
I don't know. We got
just
the
won't
Flash
see it.
running
We just won't see it often.
Which you really didn't see that often in the show, anyways. They kind of saved it for.
Exactly. And then I'm
taking this one.
You take it. The
ball
is in your court. You know more about this than all of us.
Yeah, because I play a lot of it, and I don't even know how this is going to work. Tetris the movie taking shape at new. Tetris the movie. Let that sink in. The favorite joke from this is there's going to be lines around the building, and then the whole movie theater is going to disappear.
Are the blocks people? Are they sentient?
I don't even care. It's and mind you, it's worse. Okay, it gets worse.
No, it's going to be a documentary about Trump building the wall.
No, it gets better. Tetris the movie taking shape at the new Bruno Wu Larry Kazanoff joint venture over at Threshold Global Studios. Initially announced last year, the pieces are falling into place. That's a horrible pun, by the way. For Tetris the movie, project is eyed as an $80 million. China and U.S. co-production under Threshold Global Studios, a new banner formed by Bruno Wu and produced by producer Larry Kazanoff. Now, mind you, it's not just one; it's a trilogy. So
I'm out. Bye. Goodbye, everyone. I'm leaving.
I would actually be okay with a Tetris movie if they just maybe they tried to go in and be like the whole fight and everything that went on of when they made Tetris and then getting it out of Russia, because that was a whole story on itself about who got the rights, because Russia tried to claim it. The guy that created it couldn't get any money for like decades.
If they did that would be cool. But
they're
if
doing
they
blocks. This is not Lego Movie, people. You can't just take blocks. Lego Movie was the only time you can just take random blocks and make a good movie. Mm-hmm. Move on. And
it's literally going to be Trump doing some kind of satanic ritual, summoning Tetris blocks from the sky and having them build walls all over the place. I mean, come on.
It's going to be a bad time.
The only time Tetris has ever been good in any kind of film or anything was the really good joke they had in Futurama when they were trying to build something, dropped it, and the building disappeared.
Yeah.
That was it. We were done. We didn't need any more.
Now,
this is, once again, we don't need any more. Here's another one.
Oh, okay.
This is another one.
Here's this. Have we finally seen the last of Transformers?
No,
the question to that answer is never.
And yes, we have seen more than meets the eye because we don't need any more.
Exactly. And but the title gets me. It's called The Last Night. So I'm just like, is it really the end?
No.
Probably not.
No. That's Night with the K.
Well, yeah, I get part of why
Play
they're
on
doing
words.
that. It's some of the stuff with Cybertron, what they were kind of dealing with before, but
Right.
they're going to just take that and
I don't see what's left.
Distort it.
I mean,
Money. That's all that's really left.
Okay,
is...
I guess. Well, see, you could do the Unicron thing, but nobody's really touched on that one for a while, except for Transformers Prime, which was awesome, by the way.
Unicron was actually pulled up in a lot of them. It's just they're never going to have it properly in the movie. They mentioned it, they have little hints towards it, but
yeah, the only I don't know. Like they've destroyed Cybertron. There's not much.
They've
destroyed the series.
I'm done with
and a couple
Transformers.
acting careers.
I'm done with Transformers. Yeah, but
I can't say that I'm too much of a collector, but I'm done with the films.
Well, I'm done with the films exactly. Yeah, but and I also feel really bad for Shia LaBeouf, but that's just.
Oh, he's already gone. He's been gone for a while.
Oh, I know that, but that just.
I
really...
meant mentally. He's just gone.
I trust me. I know.
Just the whole thing with him and the beard. Just.
Exactly. Yeah. No, but
surprise.
He should have definitely stuck to even Stevens and then quit after that. But that's just me.
Did he play Holes or was that somebody?
Oh, and Holes, but that was during his same reign. So yeah. Oh, and here's another bit of a
yes. This is actually quite interesting.
Moving on
to
Nintendo news.
I don't know how I feel about this yet.
This is Nintendo.
I can make you feel good about
news right here.
Okay, you can try.
Well, Mario sets his eyes on the big screen. Nintendo is going to be making Nintendo movies.
Yes, they are looking to do movies, staying away from live action. They want to do CG and things like that.
That's perfectly fine.
They're keeping it in-house, which if you look and see kind of like the kind of things you could see, look at the Star Fox short, look at the Pikmin shorts, things like that.
Who was their partner on that?
Miyamoto for both of them. They had a couple different houses. I know the one for Star Fox is the same group that did... Attack on Titan and a few of the other ones. That would be
fine because
they're going for the big ones when they work with people, but
yeah.
And then the Pikmin ones were completely in house. So that was their own thing.
President Tatsumi Kimishima said that the company is negotiating with a number of movie production companies around the world in search of a partner for full-fledged filmmaking.
Okay, the first company that comes to mind, but here's the problem. When people are thinking, oh, they're going to do CG stuff, why don't they work with Pixar? Well, they can't.
Well, part of this is going to be a company they're going to probably absorb.
Exactly. They can't, especially keeping in mind the fact that they recently, I think, last year, they were talking to Universal about putting their stuff in the parks.
Yeah, that's happening too.
So that's happening. So they technically can't work with Pixar because that
they can. Pixar still, I mean, part of it's owned by, actually, it's still its own independent company.
Yeah.
A lot of them kind of jump ship. That's why you have the Disney animated studio and then the...
If they wanted to do stuff with a Universal related company, there's also DreamWorks. So, but that has its own problems in itself.
Yeah, I think that would have too many hands in the cookie jar.
Yes, it would.
So, just like no, I want this to be this, or I want this to be that.
Well, they've already said from what they were doing, Miyamoto's going to be the one in charge of it.
Oh, well,
so
good.
it has to go through him, and then they've already even acknowledged during the thing that they are aware. They're aware people want a Zelda one, so that's in the works.
Oh, and
yeah,
here's
because that one.
But here's a big thing though. Let's. I hope that Nintendo waits a little bit to really start hammering poor Miyamoto with this kind of stuff until after he's got his current works really on the roll.
He's done a lot of stuff going on.
Oh, I know, but it's a lot for him, poor guy. So
he's not the one doing Zelda, right?
Oh, I know.
Yeah. He's producing on some of the level, but he's not actually the ones going in there and doing a lot of the coding.
Oh,
and stuff
I know,
like that.
But still, he's still got a lot on his plate. So.
Nintendo, hit me up if you want a plot for a Metroid movie. I'll keep the guidelines.
Yeah, they pretty much got
guidelines.
Speaking of Nintendo, also this is kind of cool. They may begin, and this was touched upon. This has been touched upon several times.
Well, this is actually a lot of Nintendo going back to how they used to be.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
So they may begin making medical and health devices. Mm-hmm. They may enter the health market after all, as the company has proposed some changes that will expand its reach into other businesses. According to a proposal to amend its Articles of Incorporation, a document that outlines the company's purpose, Nintendo wants to add development, manufacturing, and sale of medical devices and health devices, as well as development, manufacturing, and sale of computer software.
So could you imagine using a Wiimote to perform surgery?
Well, they use Wiimotes now in physical therapy and a lot of those things. I mean,
so
that was
one of their original, and that was one of their big things when the Wii came out. Is it can be used as a health device. So
it's actually, I mean, even with my daughter, she used it to kind of get used to using those and the motion and so forth, and her dexterity's gotten a lot better because of it. Yeah. So it actually works. I mean,
video games save lives.
Yeah,
more ways than one.
But I was saying this goes back to how Nintendo was, because they used to be, they were not just, just video games. They were into a lot of different things. They had hotels. They used to own the Mariners, which they actually sold the Mariners to fund the movie part. That's why they ended up getting rid of it, because it just no longer necessary. So
their hotel.
So just expanding out, which is not weird. I mean, think about it. Sony doesn't just make the PlayStation. They also used to make cell phones, used to make computers. Okay, they are selling a lot of it off. But
they still do some cell phones.
They sold off that branch. Yeah. They sold off
and they still make TVs, and they still make DVD and Blu-ray players.
Yes.
So
but they got rid of their computer division, they sold off their cell phone. And then Microsoft just just makes things.
I think the only computer thing they do still is it's roped in with their TVs, it's their monitors. So
yeah, the monitors, they make those, but the actual computers they sold that off a couple years ago.
And they make other electronics too, but it's just, flim flam here and there.
My friend just got a new Blu-ray player from them. Really nice.
Oh yeah, they make great Blu-ray players.
Oh man, that's what I was supposed to do when I got home. Dang it.
Sorry. What? Connect your Blu-ray player?
No, the next thing that we're talking about. Dang
so then what is it?
So, the first wave of Hyrule Warriors Legends DLC is out today.
I can't play it.
Which is Thursday.
But that's okay.
The Legends is the 3DS one.
Oh, I know that, but it's... Well, then again, I don't...
The 3DS one and the Wii U version are, separate.
Oh, I know that, but I'm saying...
There's a difference. I know he keeps saying, it's not that bad.
Oh, yeah. Well, then again, there's me who... When I'm sitting in a group chat with my friends on PSN, they start screaming about frame rate drops, and I'm just like, I don't notice nothing.
Yeah, I'm not that big of a frame rate drop, but it is big.
Now, when it starts throttling and chugging along, then we have a problem. But
yeah, so Medley is going to be playable on both versions.
Cool.
But so okay, I'm just gonna. All right,
here's the big thing. This is the big thing
with Hyrule Warriors and then Legends. I feel like I don't know. It's very weird. So, I haven't actually been, that sad about the frame rate drops. I'm actually okay with it.
It's a little bit later on, depending how far you win, it really gets to pushing it.
Yeah,
and you'll see it.
No, I've seen it. But one thing is, a lot of the stuff they add, like the balances and things, because I know Zant, he is completely broken to fight against. In Hyrule Warriors, it's annoying. But in Legends, they actually fixed that, which is a lot easier to fight, which I'm like, oh, thank goodness. And then they have the owl statues in Legends, which you could teleport around the map for different owl statues. I'm just like, that would have been great. Why did you...
Well, it's one of those things that when you make something afterwards...
They didn't think of it till after the fact.
Why don't they just update the Wii U version? I don't see what's the problem with that.
Well, they don't... That's the kind of thing they don't want to go back and patch it. When you're playing on the console version...
It's a statue. It's not that hard.
But it affects it. Like you're gonna play it one way later on. That download may not be available. But when you play it on a console, you've got more time. You're expected to sit there. But on a portable, they want to make it where you can get around quickly for shorter gameplay, because it's a portability. Yeah,
portability. Like, think about this. The 3DS is it's very popular in Japan because what they do. They spend a lot of time commuting to work. They want something that they can play real quick on the train. There you go. There's a reason.
So
I'm gonna have to commute, but it doesn't work that well when you're driving.
No, it doesn't. So it's all about being able to entertain yourself while on a commute. So that's what they have in mind for this. And I mean, we don't necessarily think about that when we're playing it because we drive everywhere. We don't take the train. We don't use public transportation as much as they do.
Right.
Because we have a larger percentage of drivers here in the States.
And a much larger landmass to get around on.
Yeah. So.
But still, I mean, I just feel like they kind of just pretty much, except for the characters, which you can, port to the Wii U version, they've kind of just dropped support for the...
They haven't dropped support. It's harder to go back and change. It's a whole different format of how it's made.
It's not even downloading a patch. It's almost like doing a whole new version of the game.
Because all the balancing of the game was designed for that versus how this one is. It kind of goes back and forth.
At least bothered to fix Zant. That's all I'm saying.
They still might
with them, but I mean,
but Here's what
Yes.
I'm excited about. This bit of Nintendo news.
No, this isn't important.
Oh, this is so important. This is so important.
Shut your mouth.
Like, hello. This is it's
The Nintendo moneymaker?
exactly. And
It
this
brings money.
and it's going to work on the standard 3DS.
Yes, I
they
saw that,
said.
which is
so
awesome.
I was very happy about that.
I am
Like,
really happy with how it looks, though.
yeah, it looks
So what are we
amazing.
talking about? Because they're wondering.
It's Pokemon Sun and Moon. It was just announced. It looks amazing.
It wasn't
It's
just
so
announced. It was
No,
just
it was-
finally shown.
Yes. Well, shown.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Shown
it was
off.
announced a while ago.
But what's really cool about it is that the region itself is based on Hawaii,
Wee.
which I'm super excited about.
My sister actually she was like, I told her that today. Actually,
if they-
while we were in the car. She's like,
Everyone kind of figured it would be some kind of
like,
like
really?
island or tropical with the the artwork they showed
Oh, yeah.
before.
Well,
but it's nice to see it.
I
like,
think it's really cool because they have a lot. They can play off all the Hawaiian myths and legends a little bit, and just the area in general.
no ice Pokemon.
There's gotta. I hope there's gonna be. I hope there's gonna be like something having to do with surfing because I think that would be awesome.
Well,
Oh, yeah, and
just
we're taking
find,
the
just
surfing out.
find a way to
Instead of
bring
a-
your surfing
instead-
Pikachu back.
Instead of a like a one of those the contests that go on like a talent contest, a surfing contest. I'm giving you ideas, Nintendo. I'm giving you ideas.
Pretty sure they're pretty good
So-
into development
I'm
already.
Sure. I'm sure, but still.
No, the other nice thing about it is they're getting rid of the old grid style of the map. Like when you look at the map, it was gridded, place to place.
Yeah.
A lot of that's gone.
Oh,
Now
so
you're
it's going to
more
be
free
like
roam,
oh,
more run
thank
around.
God.
Wow.
From what they're showing, if nothing else, at least from what they showed, even if it still has the grid effect, it's much more fluid on the camera
Oh, yeah.
movements. Very different, very ground.
I'm really looking forward to it. And okay, and we have to ask this. We have to talk about this. Caleb, who are you going to use as your starter?
I don't know. Me and my sister have a plan. We're gonna get all three.
Okay.
So
Well, I know we're
who
going
are
to just
you?
because I'm buying multiple
Yeah.
ones. I'm getting the Fire Kitty.
I'm getting the I'm getting the owl.
I would have gotten the owl, but then I have a cat.
And I'm gonna
that I
name it
have to name.
Hedwig.
So it's just going to die in the final fight?
No.
wow.
No.
It's going to sacrifice
No.
itself and then never come back?
No, I'm going to rewrite
I'm not
that
too
part.
sure.
Thank you.
I'm actually gonna look up.
but-
did they ever did
They
they show
named
off
them.
their evolutions?
No,
They have,
not
they're,
yet.
they're not showing
Alright,
that
I'm
until
not going to
later.
show that off. But
Well, then I don't know yet.
But the dog seal.
It's apparently very hated.
Oh, I don't know why because I'm just like,
Well, it's
hello,
alright.
this is water dog. Go let it meet your land dog.
It's like a sea lion, but it's not a cat. It's a sea dog.
It's a dog. It's
With
so
a,
cute.
what looks like a water balloon nose.
Should have been a manatee.
What if that's its second evolution form? It turns into a manatee.
That or it looks like a balloon animal maybe
No,
because
but
it's a
I'm-
clown.
But I'm super
Yeah, it is.
excited.
It's
I'm
it
excited
is a
anyway
clown.
because
You
I
could do that. It'd be a water balloon.
Yeah.
It'd still be the clown with a little balloon animal, but be a
No.
water balloon.
Jeremy, you are on fire today.
That's the one I'm choosing.
Oh my god! But no,
So yeah, I'm not sure.
I like the owl.
I like the fire cat. The owl looks cute.
I love the
I wanna see
evolutions
what
people
the-
I
have
like
made.
the leaf is the bow tie leaf. I think that's cute.
I'm trying to remember what it was. They were talking about like the
It's gonna
owl
be a
has to
gentleman
evolve
owl.
into like the owl from Animal Crossing, then evolve into the owl from Legend
Oh,
of Zelda.
yeah,
Like, that's what it
same.
should be.
That would be beautiful. That's perfect though,
So
obviously.
yeah, it turns into the bow tie, and then it just becomes the big owl from Zelda, and that's all you have to do.
Oh no!
I
And
can't
at that
imagine-
point, its head just turns up and down, and you're just kind of freaked out.
Yeah.
I could imagine that the owl would turn into some kind of gentleman owl with a cane, and like he'd go like a monocle.
Monocle?
Well,
Yeah, like a
the other,
Monarch
the other,
owl?
if they went with the Zelda one,
Monarch
you could
owl?
actually have a move that'd be like, "Did you get this? Press start." Oh, it's super effective. You press start. Do it again.
Monarch owl.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
I could see the seal being more based around circus.
Yeah.
Kind of a
That
circus
thing
thing.
screams circus, but I mean,
Screams
I'm gonna
circus.
go
It
with
does
the
scream
flammable fireball.
His evolution, he's
literally fire
balancing on a
hairball
ball.
shooting cat.
His evolution, he's gonna be balancing on a ball, and then his next evolution, he's gonna have two balls on his nose. That's it. That's it.
If they're gonna do that for Pokemon, if you're gonna add stuff, they need like a fork, just because
Oh my
that's what they do.
goodness.
Fork and a
the-
spoon.
And with the cat, it just kind of gets fluffier. as it
Every
evolves.
single
It
time, but
just
the
gets
fluff is
fluffier.
fire.
So you just-
Actually, it'd make more sense the older it got, the less it cared to listen to you.
Oh.
And then at the end of it, it's just like knocking your stuff off.
It's a complete yeah. That's accurate.
Do this move. Why'd you knock the other Pokeball
Okay.
down? All right.
Jeremy,
Use
tell us our nerd
knockoff.
vocab.
which is a real move.
Nerd vocab this week is kiosk, a small open-fronted hut or cubicle from which newspapers, refreshments, tickets, etc. are sold. Synonyms include booth, stand, stall, concession, counter, newsstand. Information booth, a small structure in public area used to providing information or displaying advertisements, often incorporating interactive display or screens. British, a telephone booth.
Yes. Yes.
It's a phone booth.
Not to be confused with a police call box. It is not the TARDIS. Although the TARDIS can be used as a kiosk. I wouldn't, though.
I wouldn't try.
So basically, I didn't even read the rest of this. I'm saying my thoughts on Doom.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Go ahead, Jeremy. Tell us about how you rip people's arms off and then beat them with it.
No, my favorite part's when it grabbed the guy, put his fingers in the top of the head, and literally pulls it in half. We were laughing.
That is very, very violent.
Well, it's
literally rip and tear.
See, I knew you were going to go there. It is pretty much, if you've ever played Doom 1 and Doom 2, this is the best version of that. They've taken the same gameplay. You're the Doom guy. Apparently, you've been sealed in some kind of sarcophagus for however long, like you're some kind of artifact, and they bring you back to life. Your suit's even embedded in stone. They try and give you story. They start talking like, here's what's going on, and he literally just grabs the screen and just like throws it aside, and you just keep going. As soon as you start it, you get off the table, pick up a gun, and start shooting things. It's immediate.
Sounds like Doom.
It's perfect. I absolutely love it. But
have you figured out what all the levers are for?
Which ones?
Just when my friends are playing it, they're just like, "Oh my god, there's a lever," and they do it. What does it do?
Oh, I found there's hidden stuff everywhere, which is great.
Oh yeah, exactly.
And then I love they actually made fun of kind of like the pop figures. You can find little pop figure or doll style Doom guys, and they actually play the original music.
Oh,
but there's so many hidden things inside of it. There's entire Doom levels hidden in it that you can play through. There's parts of Commander Keen that are hidden in there. There's references to the comic you talked about. References to Terminator 2 is my favorite one.
There's actually a trophy that's rip and tear it. It's basically for destroying all of the standard enemies in the game.
They even brought back Super Turkey Puncher from Doom 3.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
this game is like
classic. I'm glad people are complaining like, oh, it's too much like the old Doom. And it's like, you can't be too much like Doom. You are literally Doom.
You're either Doom or you're not Doom. You're Doom or you're not Doom. There's
the
no
weapons
between.
work great. The entire combat system is fantastic. It brings back the old, like, you don't have regenerating health. You have to kill something to get health. So you're kind of balancing back and forth between getting ammo and getting health. You get the chainsaw early on, which is great because
there's no reload. You only reload when you pick up ammo.
Which messed me up at first because I keep hitting X to reload, and that would switch over to the chainsaw. But you can customize the weapons really quick. What?
I was going to ask, how's the multiplayer?
I haven't tried that yet. I know from what I've seen of it, people are complaining it was kind of quick, but it's more Quake 3 Arena style from what I've seen, which is
My
great.
friends seem to enjoy it. They haven't complained yet, which is saying something because they're really picky.
What I'm most excited for is the fact that you can go in almost kind of like a light version of Forge mode in Halo, or even better example, the way it's done. You guys remember Time Splitters 2?
Yes.
You could go in on like a grid-based and make maps. You can do that in here too and make story-based stuff, which you can then go through and play co-op with other people. So people have gone in and recreated like entire original Doom maps, all in new 3D that you can play through with the creatures put in different places and stuff. So that's going to just keep it going.
That's super neat though.
It's worth getting. I am really, really happy with it. Thank you again, Juan, for buying it for me.
So, Caleb, tell us about the major update on Fallout that came out.
So Fallout 4 got a big update, the 1.5 update. Is that right?
I think that's what it is. But it's not so much just the update, but it's an entire expansion. Like it's not like
is it the Harbor one?
Yes, that came out today.
So
I'll be playing that when I get home tonight.
You got the Harbor DLC, but it also has a new survival difficulty. So it adds additional challenges, including fast travel, save only when you sleep, increased lethality, disease, fatigue, danger more.
I remember us talking about this a couple of weeks ago.
They announced part of it with the season pass.
Yeah.
This is finally the culmination of all that coming in, because it's not just like little things like you can catch creatures and train them, you can do the robots and all that stuff. This is, sing it with me, a whole new world.
No, I saw that the Harbor update was coming out, and literally my friend goes, well, I'm gonna go explore this place.
What's great is apparently everyone complained about a mission that you could go and do that some guy would try and give you a credit card, basically. And everyone's like, this is the most useless thing ever. Apparently, it plays a huge part in this new one if you did that. Like, you can use that credit card there and do stuff. Everyone's like, oh, we skipped it. We thought it was stupid. Nope. It had a reason.
Well,
now you gotta go back.
Yeah. Now I gotta go find that
Now
guy.
I gotta start a new game because they killed him.
I hope not.
That'd be awful. So, tell us a little bit more about the harbor. Do we have any details on that?
Not yet. It just came out today, and I'm going to be playing it tonight. So
Okay.
I know by next week I will have some information about it.
Yeah, so.
Moving around. All right.
All right. Well, while Caleb's pulling up that the details that he can find on the harbor.
All right.
Yeah, I'm kind of waiting on it because I want to play it before
Yeah.
I go digging into it.
Oh yeah.
And
Well,
then
this is just kind of general kind of overview, just to give people some info.
Yeah.
But while he's pulling that up, the Angry Birds movie is going to have a bonus level that involves using your phone in the theater. What the heck?
It's actually ingenious the way I watched the video about it. So the level is called Piggy Island, and it's only available to play during the credits of the movie.
Wow.
So what it is you have to make sure your microphone is on, you have the game on, and at the end credits you'll see the red bird will come up. And when you see that, you turn the game on, it plays a sound and hears it, and then starts playing this part of the level, and apparently you can interact with it.
Here's a very general plot thing for Far Harbor. The add-on is set on the island of Far Harbor off the coast of Maine. There, the sole survivor will search for a young woman and a colony of synths. This leads to fighting between the Far Harbor citizens and the children of Adam, but a greater plot involves a synth who has ties with Nick Valentine.
Hooray, Children of Adam.
I'm about to say, I'm going to bring Nick Valentine with me because he's got like the best reactions to everyone. So I just carry him with me all the time.
Pretty much. But that's your very general details. I'm not giving anything away. Just a very nice
want to play
overview.
it.
I know you do.
Because I paid for it.
I know you do. I know you do. So,
Well, I took the chance because after the DLC they put out with Fallout 3 and Skyrim, if they do a season pass, they're going to deliver. So I'm okay with that. So I grabbed it the day before it like doubled in price because they were going to do so much more, but they said they'd honor it. So I only paid $20 for it.
it's wonderful.
Nice.
So for those of us who play a lot of video games, fast food is one of our staples when we play. We pick up something quick, it's easy, we don't gotta cook, and then we can play video games, right?
Yeah, it's more for hot dogs for me, but sure.
But in any case, Wendy's is one of those fast food joints that we visit a lot.
Yes.
Or at least I visit. I think Wendy's is great. But Wendy's is
Bacon
serving
in
up...
your-
Wendy's is serving up a big kiosk expansion as wage hikes are hitting the fast food chains. So instead of talking to a person behind a register, you can use a self-service ordering kiosk, and it's going to be actually made available across its 6,000 plus restaurants in the second half of the year, starting this year.
Sounds fine to me, but the only problem is there's still going to be a human messing up my order on the other side.
Well, I mean, it depends on how it goes.
Well,
Cause
recently I have noticed in our city that the quality of fast food is going downhill because they keep getting my order wrong, and I'm upset.
Maybe it's just you. I've never had
I'm about to say, where are you going? Because I've been fine.
Yeah. And in addition, McDonald's has been testing these for some time. They've been vocal about embracing labor-saving technology, which is the biggest potential for expansion for these companies, because it means they don't have to pay their workers more because of the wage hikes, and
It's kind of a double-edged sword on that one.
it is. I mean, people lose their jobs.
People are losing their jobs, but they're already paying them so low they can't live off of it, and that's what minimum wage is supposed to be, is a livable wage, which it used to be. People could do minimum wage, but be able to pay for their college while they did stuff. Now you've got to work multiple ones and still not make your bills. And
it's the struggle.
It's one of those things
it's
haven't.
awful.
Well, they never kept up with inflation, is what it is.
Yeah.
They keep making the argument, we don't have to pay these people more. They're just being greedy, while everything's being inflated more and more and making it harder and harder to do stuff.
Yeah, and this would have been easier for them to raise the minimum wage to be a livable wage, say 10, 15 years ago. But even then, it would have been hard, but it would have been easier than it is now.
Well, it's led to some companies like Walmart's had the practice where they pay their people so little. And I used to work over at like Sam's Club and stuff like that, and they would drive people towards like, here's like the welfare stuff you can do to help with it and so forth. And they're like, well, why don't you just pay us what we're working? Because they're making all this money hand over fist, but they're paying the people so little they have to go in and get these, assistance to be able to live. at what point you've got to find a way to balance that.
Exactly.
That's the problem.
Yeah, so it's a double-edged sword. It's these kiosks are saving companies money by firing people, and so
there's going to come a breaking point with that at some point.
Yep, it sucks. It does.
Yep,
it does. It really does. I mean, people were worried when companies like Walmart, companies like Winn-Dixie started doing the ASMs, the automatic checkout machines.
Yep.
Automatic service machines, rather. But there still has to be a person sitting there to manage those. So
and there has to be people to repair them, to program them. I mean, it does create jobs in different ways, but it is pushing. And I'm not arguing too much of that because I have an engineering degree.
Yeah.
I just got it. Give me a break.
Yeah.
So that's pushing more fields for people with my degree and things like that. But people that don't have the opportunity to get that kind of education or are trying to start out, like my son is needing to get a job soon so he can pay for the car I've got him. So that would make it harder for him to be able to find something, because if they're replacing it with that, well, now I have to find something else for him.
Yeah.
So something's going to have to balance with that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And not everyone's going to be able to afford that, because you're going to get companies that can afford, by doing all these machines, which is going to make it more expensive for smaller family-owned ones to try and keep up.
Companies that have been around for a while that can afford these are probably companies like Wendy's, McDonald's, Burger
the big
King,
name ones.
The big names, even Hardee's and Whataburger.
We just need the Demolition Day, great food war where only Taco Bell survives.
Oh, Taco Bell would win. They'd win.
A Demolition Man reference.
Yeah,
there you go.
You'd know they'd win, though. You do.
Well, yeah. I mean, they'd be tearing up everyone else's stomach.
Okay.
All right.
Lastly, and
yes,
this
is cool.
Tom's going to be disappointed in hearing this.
Well, I'm actually not really surprised.
Well, I'm not surprised, but it's still kind of sad.
It was bound to happen.
Well, and I can give a little more backstory to this because people are misusing what it actually does. But go ahead and I'll...
Yeah, so a driver who's basically a Tesla Model S crashed while using Summon, and apparently he was breaking all the rules with
playing Final Fantasy 15?
No.
Summon?
No. A Utah man had his Model S autonomously crash into a parked trailer a couple of weeks ago, which has kicked off an interesting back and forth between Tesla and its owner. Tesla claims that the car's self-parking feature was activated, and the company seriously came to play here. It has exceptionally detailed logs that it's downloaded of what happened moments before the crash.
These things have a black box. I mean, it's literally a computer. It's your computer crashes.
So here's the thing.
Not literally in this case, but
here's the thing though. Here's the thing. For people who want to get these cars, and it's weird. It's useful for insurance purposes, but it's also kind of if you were in a wreck and it's quote unquote your fault, and your insurance person's trying to help you, so you don't have to do hootenanny whatever. This is kind of bad.
It's kind of necessary for a lot of the stuff, though, because, like I said, the car itself is completely computer controlled. At all times, it has to be able to monitor what it's doing, especially if it's going to be doing anything autonomously. It has to keep track of that. And what it sounds like is this guy...
Plane car.
What?
A plane car, because planes have black boxes.
Yeah, okay. So. I was like, they're kind of silver and shiny. They're very plain. But
they don't have wings.
The one in Final Fantasy 15 does.
Oh.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. There it is.
Yes!
Wow.
I wonder if that one has a black box.
Man, that joke didn't take as long as development. So...
No, but I waited till the end, so there you
go. So did they. End of time. All right, so the car itself, I mean... The guy's going to claim one thing, and then they have to realize that's how a lot of this stuff is. People have done this for a while, like with cell phones.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh, my phone did this. It didn't work right. Well, inside of it's got sensors that says, yeah, this is what happened. So
it says you threw it on the ground. Do you want to...
Well, that's why they've got sensors in it for water. They've got sensors for all this stuff, so people can't do that. And with cars, it's kind of come down to the same thing.
Yeah. We've reached that point, folks.
Yeah,
that point.
I know some people are saying, like, oh, it's overwatching what it's doing. Well, if you want the car to be able to do stuff on its own, we have to know what it does.
Yeah.
Because say something does catastrophically happen and it kills somebody. They have to know why. What happened with it, Was it actually the computer, maybe the computer had bad sensors, or you told it to do something. We don't know. So...
I mean, some cars that are currently, out there have that, have sensors in them that, they can look and see what speed you were going at the time of your crash. They could look and see whether the brakes were activated, whether there's an emergency brake, when the airbag's deployed, whether or not you were listening to music, whether or not you were, all this kind of stuff. There's a lot of things that they can already look at.
And that's actually helpful because during a crash, you don't always remember what happened.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Because you'd be like, I swear I hit the brakes. Well, you may have panicked or whatever and not hit them.
Exactly.
Now, the other thing... Oh, go ahead.
I was saying, not to mention, what is some guy driving around an expensive car doing in a trailer park?
No, it's a trailer parked.
A parked trailer.
A parked trailer.
A parked trailer?
Yeah.
In a trailer park.
So no, that's not what it is. It's like he could have been driving to, say, like Target or Walmart, and someone is pulling their travel trailer or their boat trailer, and it's parked there or something like that, or it's parked on the side of the road on the highway because they ran out of gas. So it's any number of things.
And these come with a lot of the warnings for it. The Model S didn't originally have this feature. It was actually an update.
Yeah.
And this is why they don't update Hyrule Warriors. People get hurt. So
what does that have to do with it?
Your conversation earlier.
That was real fire.
How is that going to hurt anybody?
Man, let me just... He just set you on fire. Man.
Anyways, so there were people that... And this actually, some of these things happened when they first did cruise control, where people would assume it just meant it would drive. And there was a series of accidents where people would just set it to cruise. I remember hearing
about this.
Yeah.
You still have to put on
Anchorman
brakes.
had one of the best jokes about that, where he just, it's on cruise control, and they wreck the entire thing. Well, people assume that this thing will automatically drive in every condition. And it's meant to do a little bit because of the update, but it wasn't designed specifically for it.
It's made to drive on, interstates and highways where the speeds are fairly constant and when there's little traffic. So if you're driving down I-75 heading toward Atlanta,
say Atlanta.
To I-75, going toward Orlando or something like that, or you're on don't even use it on I-4. Don't even use it on I-4.
Honestly, people shouldn't use it at all. No. And they should have it locked down. Like, do the update.
Yeah.
Have it locked down until you come in and actually do a course proving you understand what it means.
Exactly.
Once that's done, then they can unlock it. And just have it go from there. And if someone wants to go in and try and hack it themselves... If these cars
actually become a thing and they become common and it gets to a point where everybody has this feature in their vehicles... And this is going to be way down the road, obviously. Way down the road. But at that point, it'll probably be worked into, your driving lessons.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it will be built into it, and they're already starting to change infrastructure of actually, like when they build new roads, things like that, trying to integrate new things that could help with that, help guide the cars and do certain things. The other thing about it is because these are computer controlled, you have people, and this is the other reason for having all the data, that will go in and try and hack it or change it to customize, like, I want it to do this, and they can go in there and say, well, this is going way faster than it's supposed to. The sensors may be timed at a certain point to stop after a while, but your car's doing twice the speed.
There's also people can go in and hack it.
Yeah, seriously, it'll play Doom.
Yeah.
That was the old thing. Everything had to run Doom. Everything had to run Doom.
Exactly. Going back to the Doom thing. He loves his Doom.
The original Doom.
But yeah, that's our show for today, guys. It's good to be back though. It's been a bit.
Oh, I've been here.
I know you have. But it's good for me to be back. I'm glad we got the timing sorted out because I missed you guys.
Aww.
I did.
Yeah, and if I end up getting this job, we'll have to change it again.
So very sad.
8 to 5.
Hey, I mean, that's usually what I work, but if I don't take a lunch break.
Maybe we'll do weekends. That might be the best.
If we can, that's the problem. So.
Hey, we can record it online.
We could. We just wouldn't be able
to the co-optional the nerdification hour.
Hey, I've got the stuff to record Skype calls and stuff like that, so we could actually do that individually, connect it, and do our own little episodes there.
That's true.
We're trying to do the Zenspath one that way as well.
We'll look into it.
I have.
Yep, that'll be it here on the show today. Thank you for listening and or watching. Shameless plugs. What do we got? We got the Nerdification Hour on Facebook.
Yep.
Just look that up.
Twitter at Nerd Edification.
Yep. And then the YouTube channel is Strangely Entertaining, capital S, capital E, one word. Am I missing something else? Jeremy?
Oh, okay. You can find me at Zenspath, Zenspath, on Twitter. I'm on there constantly, so you can just message me and I'll respond back. Zenspath, COM on Twitch. Where I've been playing a little bit more on there. I'm probably gonna do some more Doom. I'm playing Star Fox. Still good. And I'm trying to get Brent where we can go on there. We got the equipment where we can actually record and hear both of us.
That's wonderful.
So we're gonna go through all of the Mario world in Minecraft, which I forgot to bring that up because that is just crazy.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
yeah.
Isle Delfino's hidden in it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So you can find me on a few places now. I'm actually on a new thing too. You can find me on Twitch, and that's Outracheous. That's OUTRACHEOUS. And I recently started playing the Uncharted collection, and
I need to get that.
And I'm absolutely like rage at it right now. Like it's bad.
Gets
like,
better after the first one.
Oh, I know. No, I'm stuck in one room on the first one, and I could talk for about an hour. How bad it is.
I still love how it had the ending, and then they just kind of never talked about that ending again.
Yeah, but
Nazi zombies.
In any case, though, you can also I'm on a new podcast with some friends of mine. It's called The Pirates of the Magic Kingdom, and we talk about Disney news. So you can find us there. Just look us up on Facebook. It's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, till next week or next time, whenever we do this again, stay fancy.
Peace.